Right guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be testing out this. So this is the Emax Baby Hawk 2 HD. You've probably seen it if you're into this sort of FPV world. It's awesome. It's so cool. It's literally, look at the thickness of that carbon on there. It's crazy. So it's a 4-inch, 3.5-inch props, under 250 gram with obviously the certain types of batteries. It's got a HD system on board, Cadex Vista, so the DJI for the goggles and everything else. And this one came bind and fly, ready to go with a crossfire receiver in, so it'll work with my Tango. So literally all I did with this was just, you know, stick the props on and just a little bit of configuration, and it's good to go. I've had one flight with it already, but what I wanted to do today, because I know there's going to be loads of reviews and they're going to be better than mine because I can't fly as well as most of the people on YouTube, but what I wanted to do was try it on this. So this is a battery that I built, which is actually 21700s. It's quite heavy. It's a 4200. So you can see here, these are Molicel P42As, so 4200 milliamp hour. It's a 4S, which is what this little bad boy is designed for. I just want to see how long it would fly and what it actually flies like, because this is actually designed to carry a GoPro if you really want to. So it's actually quite, it can handle the extra weight. There are a couple of profiles in beta flight for carrying extra weight. I've just left it on the standard one, but I've tested it at home and it does actually hover, like no problem at all, and it feels like it's got bags of power. But as you know, like all these things, you stick them out in the field and it's a total different scenario. So I wanted to see how long it will actually fly, you know, kind of line of sight with this. How interesting. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Right, so almost ready to go. Feels all right. I reckon this is going to be fine. Right, so I'm going to fly this line of sight. I'm just trying to boot up the goggles so I can actually record the DVR, and it's not working. So I'm going to have to try and bind this again, because I switched from DJI FPV drone mode to... Right, now I've got a picture. So I hope I'm not going to have to do that every time. This seems like a bug. Anyway, goggles are booted up. Thank God I brought my little hex Allen key thing. Powerwalls are in the shop. So yeah, I'm just going to stick the goggles on top of my head just in case I get stuck. Here we go then. Just make sure it's recording. So I've got my telemetry on my radio here. I don't know if you can see this. No, you won't because of the screens all over the place. But basically, it gives me the voltage readout coming back, so I don't have to look in the goggles to actually sort of get a voltage reading. So let's give it a go then. Seemed like much trouble. I did actually take off in acro mode. It's a great little quad. So yeah, as you can see, just cruising about, no problem at all. It feels fine actually. Actually feels no problem at all carrying that extra weight. I mean, bags of power. I'm not even on half stick. Right, blimey, flying line of sight's hard. I haven't done this for a long time. So yeah, basically we're up to 1620 milliamp hours. I'm not sure what the flight time actually is. I'll have to have a look at it when we come back. But yeah, let's try and do some more line of sight. You know, this is probably not my forte. No, that's all right. I'll be able to do it. I won't be able, obviously you're not going to get a clear sort of impression of, you know, like hooning it about too much because I'm just flying this line of sight, but it's probably just give you an idea of, you know, what it's like as sort of a cruiser, because you probably wouldn't be going that much faster than this cruising about. Punch out, loads of flipping power. Bags of power for that. I mean, what more could you want? But this is going to get pretty boring just just doing this, just hovering about. And so battery wise, we are on 14.2 volts. I think I just saw glanced down quick and I just saw 2000 capacity is on 2000 milliamp hours. So in theory we've got another 2000 to go. Crazy. I love the way this thing flies though. It's sort of like a really good step up from like, you know, like a 2-inch or a toothpick or like your Acro trainer, that sort of thing. It's a really good step up from that. It's not too leery. Also, you know, it's going to be under your 250 grams. So, you know, with the right battery, you can fly this a lot more places. Love it. Really good. A lot of people have been talking about kind of, you know, the DJI FPV, which I've also got, the FPV drone, which I think is absolutely astounding as a drone. It is, the technology it's got is second to none. Like, unbelievable the stuff that it can actually do, and how it makes you look like you can actually fly a lot better. Whether that's a good thing for the hobby or not, I think, you know, is changing the game. And you know, the one thing I will say is what I noticed yesterday when I flew it is the downlink quality seems to be way better than what I'm seeing in an Air unit or a Vista. So the quality of the actual video link is incredible. When you switch and go from like this sort of thing, like the Cadix Nebula system to the FPV drone, it just looks a completely different ball game. I wasn't getting any glitching, I wasn't getting any kind of blocking up of you know, of signal however far I went away on 25 milliwatts. I've never had an issue with that. So that OcuSync 3, what they use on that, I think is definitely game changing. It's feeling a little bit lower now. We're 22,358 milliamps. Just have to really concentrate then. The orientation is difficult. I do find it quite difficult. Line of sight with these things. If it's a plane, it's a lot easier. But it's good practice though doing this. We're up to about 11 minutes. So yeah, that's not bad at all. 2,700 milliamps. Try to mix it up a bit rather than just, you know, hover, because I think I've done the hovering in one of the last tests and it's just, you're not really going to get a true idea. 13 minutes. It's very quiet as well, this little thing. Still got some beans though. 3,200, 15 minutes. There's a wasp going around my head. That's a bit early for a wasp. Maybe not actually. It's a bit cold for a wasp, more to the point. I don't even know how I used to fly line of sight. Some of the things I used to fly were so blooming quick. It's so interesting what's sort of going on at the moment. You got, is it Dave C? I'm a bit inspired by what he's been doing with this sort of 1S. So like 1/18/650 cell. Obviously not for like just pure ripping, it's more for cruising, but it's so interesting what you can do. Obviously the Mavic Minis use 18650s, so you know, it would make sense that you could use them in other stuff as well, just not as high power to weight ratio. Right, 16 minutes guys with 12.9 volts, 36912, so we're at 3 volts a cell, yeah, so we're getting a little bit on the low end. 3.2 it says in the goggles. Right, that'll solve it. We've gone to 4,000. Can we make 20 minutes? This is the question. 12.8 on the battery. Oh, I don't know where I was reading that before because that was lower. So we're at 12.8. That's pretty damn good actually. We're fast approaching 4,200, which is actually the rating for these cells. So it looks like we're going to go way beyond that. Hopefully. Highest current I've seen on this is 60 amps, and we've got currently we're hovering and sort of using about 13 to 14 amps. So it's pretty efficient. It's a great bit of kit, but I am starting to get cold fingers now. Right, we're at 4,300 milliamp hours. I don't know how accurate this is really. This, I mean, it all depends on the shunt. I presume it would probably be quite accurate, but who knows? So we must be at 20 minutes. We've got to be at 20 minutes, guys. Let me just have a quick glance. Oh, 10 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go for 20 minutes. We've still got so much power left. "20 minutes, we've done it." How much longer will it go for? That's the question. We're still on 12.4 volts. Oh, I'm starting to lose my concentration now. 12.1 volts. See, I mean, not that you can really do long range anymore, but I mean, for like ripping mountains or something like that, this would be insane. He's saying 4,900. I'm thinking, it's bizarre. I thought these were 4,200 cells. All right, 11.8. How low are we gonna go? 2.5 a cell would be 10 volts, wouldn't it? For a 4-cell pack, so we're nowhere near that. We're at 11. Whoa! Right, I'm losing it now. 10 volts, so 10.6, 10.5. That was 10 on the punch out. So reportedly we're 5,400 on the capacity, so something's not quite right with this. That seems a bit too much. I have found that this has been a little bit, well, that'd be other drones though, so I don't know how that works. Maybe on all these systems it just seems to be a little bit optimistic. Maybe that's why I'm not getting the genuine 8 minutes on the, I've been cutting out before the capacity on my readout on the telemetry, so maybe that's why I wasn't getting a genuine 8 minutes on the 850s with this as standard. Right, we're losing power now. Down to 8 volts, so I'm going to come in. Is that right? That's had it now. Go. Right. Oh, damn it. Damn it, I've disarmed, so I couldn't see what the total time was. So let me just see. Hang on a minute. Let me just get in here. Fingers are so cold, I can't even select the blooming thing. All right, playback. 25 minutes and 7 seconds. 25 minutes. That's crazy, isn't it? That is absolutely crazy. Unbelievable. All right, I'll just try and hold my mic here because I lost the wind muffler. And it wasn't windy earlier, but now all of a sudden, sod's law, when I want to try and film something, it's all, yeah, coming back. So yeah, pretty impressive. I think that's pretty good. 25 minutes on that lithium ion pack. The lithium ion pack is obviously heavy and, you know, doesn't hold as, I don't know if it does. It probably, we'll have to have a look at the specs. It probably will hold similar voltage to a LiPo that's, you know, a lot lower in capacity. So really interesting. Like, that is just an eye opener. So yeah, something like this 4-inch, because of the bigger props it's got in it, I suppose, and the more torquey motors, just manages to just handle that extra weight so much better. The motors weren't hot or anything like that. It is quite a cold day, so who knows, but it's really interesting, all this stuff. I love it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Little experiment, and gives you a little chance to see what the Baby Hawk's capable of. You know, I will maybe do a review on this, but I really do rate it. I think it's a great little quad. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. I'm getting too cold now. I'll catch you in the next one.